Hi, I'm Matthew. Welcome to my channel, and today it's Sunday, time for a shave. Real quick, I need to wet my face. It's not quite enough water. Well, today is going to be an interesting shave. Let's talk about the shave soap for today. It is the Ivory Bar Soap. And the reason I'm going to use that particular soap is because I'm going to use this razor, which is known as many names. The real name for this is the Gillette Old, but of course, when it was made back in the pre-1920s, it wasn't old, it was new. But anyway, this particular razor is also known as the H&B style razor, which is, I had to use my brain over here in case I get distracted. H&B is a quick reference to handle and blade. These were starting to go out in many various ways. I had to refer to my Gillette handbook whenever I looked this up. This also could be referred to as the Gillette razor that says, you see it there, use Ivory soap. So that's what I'm going to do today. But the whole scheme behind, or I shouldn't say scheme, but the whole presentation or idea between, I'm tongue-tied here. The idea behind that for Gillette was to give these razors away and get you hooked on buying more blades. Now today's blade is going to be the Gillette Silver Blue. And the idea behind it was to get people used to having a better than barbershop experience, because you don't have to hone or strop these blades. And so that was kind of a selling point for them to get you going and enjoy the particular razor. And this razor I found on eBay, and I made a reasonable bid on it, or not a bid, but a reasonable offer, and it was accepted. And I will say thank you to the seller, and I will probably post a link to this particular video on her review. Now this razor did come, it was pretty dirty, and with a little bit of cleaning up, I got it to look very nice. And so let's go ahead. Now, I don't know, I kind of tried to lather this soap in a bowl, and it looks nice, but then it quickly deflates, or the air doesn't stay trapped in it. But one of the things you could do is just wet the bar soap and apply it to your face. And this soap is actually very slick. And there's a whole story behind the soap as well, as far as why it floats and why it's white. Long story short on that, the person that was running the machine to make the soap went off to lunch break or to a break and came back, and they had forgot to shut the machine off while it was agitating. And during that agitation, the soap ended up trapping air bubbles in it, and that's what they, I think, got into some trouble using my trusty Omega Boar brush. Here's what the lather does look like. But anyway, they thought they were going to have to scrap the batch of soap, and they found out it was still usable. And so they just ran with it and continued on with that particular process. Now, to me, I would think that if you add air into soap, you're going to get less quantity of soap. So that probably benefited them as well. I do like using this as a bath soap, and I know it is slick. And this takes me back to the days of when I had a cartridge razor, And a couple of the fellows that I worked with, the old timers, said, you know, just use bar soap to shave with. It works great. And I did that at the time, but I was using, I think it was Irish Springs or maybe Dial. But anyway, that particular soap has a little bit more stickiness to it. I've got the blade loaded up, and as you can see, the soap is dissipating a little bit. But with the previous experience that I had with the Gillette Razor cartridge anyway, and bar soap, it was not a very good experience. And with this soap, I mean, there is some residual slickness, I'm not gonna lie, but as you're shaving, you can lose kind of track where you're at because you don't have that big, nice, lofty soap to remind you where you need to go. So if you go quickly with minding your tool, you should be okay. I think I have 2 days worth of growth here, and sadly, I'm no longer in Jamaica. But on a good note, Callie, my Adobe, turns 2 today. And so, or actually yesterday, today, yesterday, whatever. It was yesterday. So I celebrated with her, stick to the end. I got her a little pup cup, and I'll put a couple videos in the end for your enjoyment. Let's see here. Did I mention anything more about this razor? No. Kind of felt that the one thing that I'll say about this razor, I do have some other olds, and I really like the way they shave. The only kind of downside to it, may be hard to see on camera. Let's see here, I'll try to show you, but this, the tooth right here on this comb, if you can see, the blade is just starting to turn. The edge is meeting that comb. And so every once in a while, if your hair growth is a little bit too long, it will actually get between that tooth and the end of that blade, and you'll feel it pull. And I felt that right there. So I feel like maybe in that design, if they could have shortened the base plate up a little bit, that would solve that. And you know, like if you're getting around this area, any other longer hair, you're gonna have that every once in a while, I believe. And you can see the soap is gone. Now the bowl that I'm rinsing in, you can see that it is, I can see that it is kind of that milky gray looking color from the soap. And the scent on this, to me, it brings back memories of childhood, and I do like the scent of it. And so far the shave is going well, no issues with that. Pass number 2 across the grain. Looking at the time here to make sure I'm not babbling on too much. I'm actually impressed with the overall feel and quality of shave that I'm getting. Comment below and let me know, have you tried using Ivory soap as a shave soap? I will be interested to hear how your experience was. I can tell you 100%ly that this is a way better experience than the Dial or the Irish Spring soap that I tried. This may be the last bar soap video that I'm doing. I've thought about 2 other ones that I wanted to do, but I've probably been boring you guys with the same kind of shave here. So I'm gonna get cleaned up with some cold water, and I will be right back. And you know, every man back in the 1920s probably had some Droid black. I don't have anything that would match the Ivory soap scent, or at least my brain is not well equipped to a little bit of sting right there, to match something that I already have similar to it. And I put a little bit too much splash on, but it feels nice. And last but not least, I'm going to put a little bit of my aftershave gel on. Anyway, this was a great shave. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I may have left some stuff out. I kind of stopped doing the pictures for up here. I don't know, just one of those things. But after the outro part, I'll have the clips of my beautiful Doberman. And I would like to say thank you for sticking with me and watching my video. And I will see you guys again on the next shave. You have a great rest of your weekend. Callie, do you want a pup cup for your birthday? Yes, you do. You want to go for a ride and get a pup cup on your birthday? She's sitting on her seat prior.
She's got her nub in my side.
Ready for your pup cup? Okay, sit. Sit. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to Kelly.